Lots of big breaking news coming from Tottenham Hotspur, and it is that Spurs boss Igor Tudor has left the club. The club say we can confirm it has been mutually agreed for head coach Igor Tudor to leave the club with immediate effect. Tomislav Rogic and Ricardo Ragnacci have also left their respective roles of goalkeeping coach and physical coach. We thank Igor, Tomislav and Ricardo for their efforts during the past 6 weeks in which they worked tirelessly. We also acknowledge the bereavement that Igor has recently suffered and send our support to him and his family at this difficult time. Any update on a new head coach will be provided in due course. So Igor Tudor, who had that interim position after Thomas Frank left the club, appointed at the end of February. So it says 6 weeks here. Not sure it was actually fully 6 weeks. Be provided in due course. So Igor Tudor, who had that interim position after Thomas Frank left the club, appointed at the end of February. So it says 6 weeks here. Not sure it was actually fully 6 weeks in total. Tottenham Hotspur currently 17th in the Premier League, 1 point above the relegation zone. Remember, haven't been relegated since the 1970s. Very much in danger of doing so at the moment, and they've relieved Igor Tudor of his duties. Some prominent Spurs players have come out over the weekend. Teddy Sheringham notably on social media saying the time was right to get rid of Igor Tudor because he has not made the impact that was requested when he joined to replace Thomas Frank on that interim basis. Next up for Spurs is a trip to Sunderland on the 12th of April, coming into the break off the back of a 3-0 defeat to Spurs at that point, so Nottingham Forest at that point. They could be in the bottom three by the time of that Sunderland game. West Ham and Wolves playing on the Friday. West Ham United, big rivals for Spurs, of course, in that part of London. And it is a picture for Spurs where Bruno Saltor, I'm hearing now, as well, will lead training for those few players left at the training centre currently because of the international football break. Spurs, we understand, say there'll be news in due course regarding a head coach, but we understand the plan is to appoint a new head coach in the coming days. The new head coach will be in place for when the players are back from international duty, at which point Spurs will have approximately 10 days to prepare for the fixture at Sunderland. Who that person will be, of course, there have been calls for Robbie Keane, currently coaching in Europe. There have been calls for Tim Sherwood, has thrown his hat into the ring, former Spurs interim head coach. And, of course, lots of people will call for Harry Redknapp, despite being in his late 70s, to return to Spurs with his associations with the club. But the news coming into us is that Bruno Saltor will take training for the next couple of days at the training centre. Igor Tudor has been relieved of his duties with immediate effect as Spurs interim head coach, and also leaving Tomislav Rogic, Ricardo Ragnacci, leaving their roles of goalkeeping coach and physical coach. Any update on that situation as we get it here on Sky Sports News throughout the afternoon. Igor Tudor is no longer Spurs coach. We'll wait to see who will be appointed in the next few days. Any developments will bring